Hello YouTubers, RV Debs here. It is Sunday morning. It's early before 9 a.m. I just wanted to let you all know that yesterday I had a pretty bad day and I didn't make videos. I got up, I got up early in the morning because my nose was plugged up, stuffed up, and I sat up in bed and it's as if an avalanche of blood came out of my nose. I just started bleeding really, really heavy. I was naked because I don't sleep with clothes. And I'm constantly thinking my nose is bleeding, but it's not right now. I got up, I tried to put clothes on. Blood was just pouring out of my face, both sides. I went to the kitchen sink, tried to put on something. I couldn't. I was really, really, really in a pickle. I managed to get something that just came over like a sundress. And I called Judy, the manager. I said, help me. And she said, no problem. She'll be right over. Judy came over with Diana, who's an RN, but she's was a psychiatrist, what do you call it? A nurse for psychiatry, not medical. Between the two of them, angels, they sat with me here as I bled. I must have gone through a box of Kleenex, at least. They gave me ice, and they just were here for me and took my blood pressure. And that is the worst thing that can happen to me, is having this kind of a bloody nose. Now my nose is not bleeding, and I did sleep well, thank God, last night. But I get afraid to bend, and I'm afraid when it's dripping and then it's bleeding. I don't know if it's just the change of weather. I've always had the same spot in this side that every so often, like the last time I had a bloody nose, besides this last couple times, was almost 2 years ago. It was when my husband had died, and I was hysterical crying, and it started bleeding. And that's one of the reasons I don't cry real hard anymore. I've taught myself not to cry. I've taught myself not to blow my nose or sneeze from my nose. It's happened all my life. It's not something new. And I've been to many doctors, many ear, nose, and throat specialists. I'm going to have to go see another one because I can't take having bloody noses. I just can't. Mentally, I can't do it. And physically. But it's more emotional and mental. And then it stopped bleeding. But when your nose bleeds that bad, it forms a huge clot. And the clot is behind your nose. And it stayed there for a long time. I mean, I felt like I couldn't breathe. At least an hour. I don't even know, maybe more, 2 hours. Every now and then, a little bit would come and I'd spit it out. But finally, the whole clot, which was gross, I spit it out and throw it away, and I can breathe, which is like a miracle. And then after that, I basically just stayed as calm as I could. Took something for my nerves. Did not feed the dogs dinner. Or myself. I took the dogs out one time last night before I went to bed. And it seemed like everything was okay. But I'll tell you what, I would not wish a day like that on anybody. It just is scary to me. It's uncomfortable. It was Saturday. They wanted to take me to the emergency room, but I really wanted to wait and see a nose doctor, because when you go to an emergency room or urgent care with a nosebleed, they pack your nose with this little material that just goes on for days. They just pack it up, and it's very uncomfortable. I've only had that done once because I went to an emergency room. Anyway, I didn't go, and I did sleep last night. My nose feels kind of watery today, but it's just normal. I use saline to keep it moist. I don't know. When it bleeds, the one doctor told me if I use like Afrin, right away it'll make the vessels smaller and stop the bleeding. But it didn't work yesterday, and it looked like there was a murder in here. So you can see why I didn't put a video out. And I just wanted to catch you up and let you know what happened. I am feeling better today, and please pray for me that I don't get any more bloody noses, and that I can at least get to the doctor Tuesday, and maybe he can send me to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Please, I don't want any more bloody noses. So that's all I ask, is prayers for that. And, you know, it's the first time that I've lived alone. When I had my bloody nose, when I was crying after my husband died, my best friend and her husband were there. And she slept over that night because she knew I didn't want to be alone. So sweet. I miss my friend. I am just going to take it easy today, too. But I am feeling better so far. I even slept in this because I didn't want to be naked if it started to bleed again. Most of it's real paranoia, and I know that. But I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I finished that painting. It's up on Etsy. I did do that. Been watching Netflix. What's it called? Something Silver Linings. It's a movie, and it's really good. I almost finished it. And it's terrible to feel like you can't bend down and you can't pick things up easy. You know, it's a phobia. On top of having it physically be something, it's also a phobia of mine. And I can remember my grandmother, Grandma Rose, had bloody noses. And even when she was in her 90s, I remember her, one of my last visits to New York, to visit her, and she had a bloody nose. And I thought, oh my God, you know, for me it was, I couldn't even hardly look. But there's been times when I haven't had a bloody nose for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And then all of a sudden one day, who knows why, you know? So, I know this is a crappy thing to come up with for a video today, but I just wanted to be honest with you guys. You know, you are my friends. Appreciate all your comments and help, your support. So I'll end the video right now, and hopefully the day will be better. You know, it's early, and I'll have a better day today. Peace out, and thanks for watching.